everybody, and good evening, tribe. Tonight, we're going to talk about a reality check. I'm calling it about realignment. So, listen, while thousands of Oracle professionals were opening up a 6 a.m. email last week, we found out this week Oracle's reporting of money has jumped 95% in net income. So, look, the ground is shifting. Companies are trading human talent for AI infrastructure. And if you was hugging on to some job, you found out the hard way the hug was not mutual. Okay. So tonight we're not just talking about that layoff and others. We're opening up what I'm calling the playbook for a frozen economy, like what's going on right now. So I'm going to hit three things tonight: how to melt this freeze, how to speak human in a bot driven market, and why your value is never tied to some login you no longer have. So y'all know what I'm going to say right now, right? Don't get anxious. Let's get prepared for your next move. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm keeping this real and relevant as much as I can say. I tell you, I thought it was an April Fool's joke. There's no way a company would be that cold to send that kind of information out to people by email. But what are we learning? Companies can be just like that. So we're not going to focus a whole lot on their shenanigans. We're going to talk about what we can do about these things and what we can do to get ourselves lined up and positioned. Okay. So a couple quick housekeeping, wherever you're enjoying me on, please subscribe, invite, follow, share, comment, all that good stuff. It helps us to grow so we can grow and share with you more information, tips, and tricks to help you to not be anxious, but be prepared in any economy. No matter what I'm saying tonight, or if you have a question, please hit me up. I love your questions. It helps me to keep real and relevant content. info@tcenow.com is how you reach us. info@tcenow.com. And don't forget to visit our updated our website, tcenow.com. Lots of great information for you. So this playbook, right? My playbook. In this frozen economy, or whatever economy we're calling this these days. I mean, uncertain, uncharted territory, all of that. But I'm not going to be in the rabbit hole of keeping people depressed. We're going to work this thing. We're going to melt some ice. We're going to find a way to melt some ice. Okay. So one thing I want to hit, I definitely got to talk about what happened last week, and other companies follow suit. But to my folks who were laid off, those 30,000 people by an email. I mean, come on, really. Why a position is eliminated doesn't mean that this is a reflection of your value. I really need folks to hear that. I know some folks were paying attention to the water at I call it we call it the water fountain. You know how the gossiping and the politics of office happens at the water cooler. So there's no remote water cooler. That is one reason sometimes hybrid work works, but let me not digress. Please don't think you not being a part of this thing means you have no value or you are devalued. It's not a reflection of you. It's just, hey, if we were hugging on to something and something happened, it's time for us to shift to next. Y'all know how big I am on the shift to next, okay? And that's what we have to focus on. So yes, have a moment, take a day, take a couple of days, do what you got to do, then let's transition and change that shivot to get to work, okay? So here's a couple things I want to talk about. Now, if you are enjoying me or you follow me on my YouTube channel, in the description of this particular thing on YouTube, I'm talking about this as well. I have a link about the job hugging versus job chaining concept. I talked about that, I think, earlier this year. So if you didn't get a chance to watch that, please do so. Also, if you hit my website, I know, shameless plug, but it's because the blog is there and I've got 10 other steps about what we can do right now. If you were shocked and awed about layoff or anything happening in this market, there's 10 other steps you can do. But I also have a blog post about job chaining versus job hugging. So I'm mentioning job hugging now because our next move has got to be more of a link. Remember, job chaining, just think of a link. A link is strong because one link, connects to another link, which connects to another link, and that makes the whole fiber of that chain stronger based on this link. So as we're making our moves and doing our next steps, if you're going to go to a spot, what's the link? What's the thing that you're going to learn there that's going to be able to showcase some skill? Maybe learn something you didn't know that will be more relevant for the next move. Sometimes the link could be immediate revenue generating activity because that's the real world we look in. Okay. So think of it this way. If this thing just happened, your next thing, you can think of it as it's not going to be your final destination. Okay. It might be the next move to get you to the next move, but it takes care of some things in the middle. Okay. It just takes care of some things in the middle. But that hugging, I mean, I'm hugging on to a job for dear life because I'm just going to stay here and be safe. We found out it's got nothing to do with your hugging. These folks are trying to reduce, this is my opinion, but I've been studying, I've been reading the writing on the wall. It ain't about AI replacing your job. It's about getting some money to buy some more of those daggone chips. And by them eliminating folks like this, there's more money to buy these daggone chips. If I could invest in the guy that had the daggone chips, oh yeah, I probably would. But it's outpriced for me right now, right? But that's what's really going on. So again, but be strategic in your next move. Don't do anywhere, everywhere, all the time, all at once. That is not a job search trade. That would get you exhausted. I mean, spiritually exhausted and mentally exhausted. So don't do that, but we can get a strategy. So again, on my website, tcenow.com, the blog, 10 powerful steps. If I can get to them a little bit tonight, I might. A big one that I talked about actually on television today that's bothering me because I know we're doing it. I know it's a great tool. I know AI works. It's a great tool to help you be more effective and efficient. You're flooding the market. And now we got 30,000 new people with this one company to let go of other folks. We got a whole bunch more that followed suit right after the first of this month. But the robot, all the resumes are looking like the robot did it. All of them. Whether you've got a master's degree, whether you have a nursing degree, whether you're a customer service or customer management professional, whether they're all looking like the robot did them. Because I mean, some of the phrases are just P and repeat. I'm seeing the same phrases. And I'm thinking someone queued the same queue or did the same query and didn't get any personalization in it. None of your superhuman powers, none of the things that are special about you that you did, nothing that's organic or unique. They're all just, the robot just spit them all out. And we think, yay, I got a resume in 30 seconds or less. Please understand that market now is flooded with some new people. But if your story isn't human, I mean, yeah, I want your skills. I want your grammar correct. I want a design that works. I want something that's easy to read in that 8 seconds or 30 seconds. I want to sell you. I want a marketing document that shows me what you can do, not just where you've been. I need it to show your impact, your contributions, the value, the things you bring to the marketplace. I mean, that's it. I don't want to know what you're responsible for. I want to know what you did and how that worked out. And I want to repeat that. I need to know what you can do for me lately. Okay. So that's that good stuff. And it can't be the words that every other manager uses. I mean, put some time into this thing so we can know that it's you that is speaking human and not speaking bot. Big mistake that a lot of you are making right now. And I know a bunch of folks are flooding the market with the same thing. Those who stand out are the ones who made it more personalized. Now, another part that I want to share that's not necessarily here in my notes, and I think it's important in this world of tech, is the high touch. And I've said it several times, and I'm going to always be the evangelist of networking. You've got to know how to build connections and not just build them when you need them, but build them over time. And yes, you're connecting to them. They're connecting to you. You're sharing resources. You've got to have your book of business. You've got to have your tribe. You've got to have your circle. It doesn't have to be people you're in front of all the time. I'm saying there's folks in this little digital device that you can call, that you can get some intel about, hey, by the way, I'm exploring the market, or by the way, something just happened at the job, like boom, boom, boom. I'll be in the market next week, my severance or whatever I've got. I need to get some access and some opportunity. Who do you know in this space with this name or this type of target of this industry that I should call, reach out for information? Not sometimes, yeah, job openings are great, but how about some information so you can do informational interviews? It's going to take job seekers and career changers longer. plan on 4 to 6 months in your job search now. That's what the research is saying. That's the long haul. You're going to have to, that's it, 4 to 6 months. That's the deal. Okay. Because the market is flooded. And in May, it's going to get more flooded, if that's correct English, with those wonderful new fresh talent coming out of every college or university this year. So you need to know how to network, which means people on people, one on one, or 4 to 1, or offline, talking to people and being able to do synergy. Here's a for example. I was today I was doing some television and there's an organization. I just love to network. I mean, networking is like eating honey nut Cheerios to me. It's natural. It's like eating an omelet. I mean, it's a thing, right? Because even though I'm very much tech, I use AI. I do. I mean, I use it to help me make sure I'm not doing spelling errors, writer's block, but I don't use it like I'm going to create something and send it to y'all. No, because I got to put me in it, right? But when you're networking and your tribe really knows, likes, and trusts you, and they can speak to your cred, right? They have no problem dropping your name. In this high tech world, we're finding out the internal champions or your key networkers are the ones that are going to bring you business, bring you opportunity, bring you revenue. That's the deal. You have got to do that. And when you use that, we're looking now at 70% of opportunities, particularly in frozen markets, like frozen, dead, cold, all of that. It's the networking, it's the high touch, it's the offline, it's the talking to people, it's the doing this on the phone, having coffee. I mean, do something with Zoom or Skype, or I don't even think Skype's around. You get what I'm saying. You can't just rely on living in this little world here. You've got to meet people. You'd be surprised what happens when 2, 3, 4, 10 people get into a room and they start connecting. It's a powerful moment. If you're not doing that, you're going to stay ice cold. So you've got to do that. So that would be my bonus to folks, right? My bonus to folks. Yes, I need those resumes to stop being robotic. I need a strategic job search. You've got to let your people know what you want, but you've got to think of jobs that's going to get you to your next chain, right? And everybody's gotten laid off. Please, please, I know it's easy for me to say because I'm not the one that just got that, but you got to understand that's not a reflection of your value or your future. You will find your next wonderful opportunity. The last one, and I have it as number 4, but this is so important too, because in all of this, you got to protect your heart, you got to protect your mind, you got to protect your spirit, and you got to protect your soul. This is some difficult moments, a difficult time, and you have to find a way to get your gas tank filled up again. You've got to make sure you have a way, a space. If you pray, pray. If you meditate, meditate. If you need some quiet time under a tree to write poetry to get your center back, get under a tree and write some poetry. Do what you have to do to protect your mental assets, your emotional health, your brain health. If you need to talk to someone, talk to someone. There's no shame in that because you need to stay healthy and resilient to get through this 4 to 6 month period of uncertainty or whatever it is, right? So you need to do that, particularly because the headlines and everything we're plugged into right now is so heavy. It is dense. They are weighted. Your shoulders are getting tired. Your back is over this. So you have got to find a way. If you jog, jog. If you lift weights, lift weights. Do whatever it is that you need to do to keep yourself healthy here. Because you're going to need that. If it's being around the right friends, the right folks that can encourage you, that you don't feel consumed when you leave them. You don't need a bunch of people telling you it's hard out here. We've been under a rock. We understand there's difficult days and difficult times, but we do know folks are working. Folks are getting jobs. Folks are getting hired. What are they doing in a frozen economy? They're warming it up by the things I talked about earlier. So I really want you all to be encouraged. Again, that shock when that happened on April 1st, I mean, I was like, this is a joke. But if it was a joke, oh, this is a terrible joke. Who would do this on a day like today? And then I find out, yep, they did it on a day like today. So get your playbook, visit our website, thetcenow.com, look at my blog. I've got 10 additional steps that you can do. We are here to help you. TCEnow.com. We have consultations and all that kind of good stuff to do the best we can to help you to get strategic and on purpose and on point for your next step, to help you be a human and not a robot in this day of whatever this day is. How about that? All right. So listen, I want you to be encouraged, to be blessed. You've got this. You're more than enough. This, if you've been laid off, it doesn't reflect who you are. You are more than a login. You're more than access to an email. You have gifts and talents and value, and you've got to believe it so you can sell it. Only you can sell that, but you can't sell what you don't believe. So believe that. Believe that, okay? And we will hope to see you next month here on our first Mondays when we're doing our live content. And again, you're a career engineer here. Don't get anxious, get prepared. Thank you for so much for letting me share. And I stand by for any questions or comments that you may have. Just hit me up at info@tcenow.com. Again, that's info@tcenow.com. Be blessed, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching our Career and Business show. I hope you learned a lot about today's topic. If you enjoyed the show, please let me know by visiting our website, tcenow.com, and sending me an email. I'd love to hear from you.